What's going on, everyone? I'm Cheddar Chisel. Welcome back to the channel. And today we have what nobody understands about Josh of SB19. Now, coming off the last video we did for SB19 was Bazinga, dance rehearsal and dance performance. Super fun video. I do want to give a couple of shout outs in the comments here. Let's see here. Shout out to Jane here says, "Hi, Chetta. Hello. Every time I've watched your reaction video on SB19, I can't prevent smiling because I always love the smile on your face, especially when it's Ken's part. Love it so much. More reaction, please, on our Mahalima. God bless." Thank you so much, and God bless right back to you. I appreciate comments like this. Um, yeah, these guys, they keep me smiling for sure. I love covering SB19 and I love going down this rabbit hole. And thank you for this comment. It definitely continues to make me smile. So thank you very much. Shout out to Jesse here says, "I'm glad you're doing what you want to react to because most of us who request in the comment already watch and love those vids and just want to know how you like them. You know, SB19 stands for being true to what you want, so it's nice to see you following what you want and discovering them yourself." I love this comment. And it like it's crazy too because as a reactor, you know, the more and more people that start following you, the more that requests come in, and you start to lose track of everything, right? It's hard to keep everything organized. I appreciate this comment, and it seems like we're just gonna continue going down this rabbit hole, and there are things that I do want to watch, and it's crazy too because going about my normal day, I'm never on like social medias watching things because I need to make sure that my reactions are genuine. So the way that I get to this is it just over time, I get to it slowly but surely, right? So thank you for your comment. Let's see. I do want to give out another shout out. Shout out to Sis here says, "Love you digging on all their performances, not just picking what you think the best ones, but everything. The way you got to witness their growth, and we love watching these on your channel." Thank you for writing this. Um, and yeah, I think it's important when covering the when covering groups such as SB19 and the other groups that I cover on the channel, that we are digging into everything. And the more that you guys comment and inform me about what's going on out there and the things that I don't know about, the more curious I get. And I know that that's how we get to know these people. We get to know them better, and then we can relate to them more. Just like, you know, this video we're about to do with Josh. So yeah, so thank you guys all for your wonderful comments. I do appreciate each and every one of you. The love and support is amazing. But without further ado, let's check out this video together. Shout out to Chuck.
Mukha lang ako
Thank you
hindi
for
legit,
making this.
pero dati dumadayo talaga ako ng Dota.
Turn down a little bit. Josh is the complainer.
Sabi nga nila, unique yung voice ko. Hindi na lang sinabing pangit.
Unique is a good thing.
SB19 Josh embodies the word charisma in the P-pop industry. Some people would even kill just to get a taste of his life, surrounded by loyal friends and fans who would do everything for his success. However, behind the golden facade hides the painful truth. From falsely accused of cheating in games to proving himself innocent by becoming a champion. Some haters even see him as the group's weakest link. So in today's video, haters will be
The
proven
weakest
wrong,
link?
and viewers will be given inspiration because his journey is nothing short of electrifying.
Let's go, boy. Yo, what choreography was that? Have I seen it? That looks new. Yeah, and I'm glad that Chuck is doing this because Josh is definitely not the weakest link, and none of them are weak at all. They're all strong. That's why SB19 is so good. It's because they're all strong.
Josh Cullen Santos was born in Las Piñas City, Philippines.
Okay.
He was raised by his mom, Aldrin, along with his sister, Yuna. He also had two other siblings who didn't grow up with him and they remain undisclosed to this day. When
Gotcha.
Josh was 3 years old, they moved to Imus, Cavite. Having a
Imus,
single
Cavite?
mom, Josh and his sister had to be entrusted to the care of a housemaid because their mom had to work away from home to support them. But instead
Okay.
of receiving care, they experienced hell at a very young age because this so-called housemaid physically tortured them by making them strip and pouring melted candle wax all over their bodies.
Melted candle wax? For real?
I'm not even sure how long this went on.
What?
Probably long enough that Josh was already
That's
able
crazy.
to remember it before the abuser got eventually apprehended and put into jail.
Good.
He even shared that he still has the burn scars to this day. Josh was a very smart kid as he was a consistent honor student until he reached the 3rd grade. This was when things started to take a turn for the worst. Josh had to drop out of school with his sister because their mom couldn't afford their tuition anymore. They re-enrolled the next year, only to drop out again for the same reason. So Josh's former classmates became his sister's classmates, which led to her getting bullied at school for being a repeater. There was an instance when
3rd grade? She had to pay tuition for 3rd grade? Interesting. Usually, I mean, it could be different out there, but yeah, up here yeah, you don't pay for schooling.
Josh got into a fist fight against his own former classmates to defend his sister. Imagine how messed up.
I relate to this. I'm a big brother to one younger sister, and man, that's one person you do not mess with in front of
That
me.
is. Anyway, their family's financial standing gradually went on a downward spiral. They were barely eating once a day. It even came to a point when they only ate salt, soy sauce, and ketchup as their viand dish. They moved
That's
homes constantly from
crazy.
medium-sized apartments to smaller ones. Now I don't know exactly how their situation got so fucked up this quickly, but Josh openly talked about it on his YouTube channel. So going back, there was no denying that young Josh and his sister were in a very uncomfortable environment growing up. I can imagine how their living conditions could mess with their head, especially at a very young age. This was when their coping mechanisms started showing up. For Josh's sister, it was rebellion. She constantly got
Okay.
into intense arguments with their mom, so she was barely at home. Josh was even asked to look for her at some point, and that's when he found out that his sister had started drinking. As a young teenager, Josh didn't know how to handle the situation, so he kept it secret and took care of his sister.
And that's what ends up happening when you're not in a stable, consistent environment, and you're growing into your teens. You end up exploring on your own, and a lot of times you get put in with a bad group of people. You meet some people, and you start doing what they're doing. It sounds like
In his
drinking
own way.
was
Yuna even talked
thing.
about this in public.
Puro hirap yung naranasan namin eh. Alam mo yun, kaya masakit sa akin pag nakikita ko rin nahihirapan yung kapatid ko. Kaya ngayon, masaya ako kasi na-achieve niya yung mga gusto niya. Akala ko iwan niya na ako. Hindi, siya lang yung kasama ko. Hindi ko kaya siguro pag iniwan niya ako. Sayote. Pag wala kami talagang pagkain nun, yung sayote kukunin ko, bili ko nung lulutuin ko, tapos yun yung kakainin namin. Alam mo yung hindi niya ako kayang buhatin, pero bubuhatin niya ako. Yes, si Josh, ganyan yan dati si Josh, ganun siya kabait. Susunduin niya ako, ihatid niya ako sa bahay. Ate, lasing ka na naman, ginaganon niya ako. Hindi kaya na lang ako PPM na.
Yeah, man. Josh is naturally the big brother here. He's a big brother for real with his sister, and he's like a big brother to his brothers in SB19.
Uy ate, huwag kang matakot na, mag-stand to your own, out of your box. Hindi niya ako, iniwan. Natutulog ako sa likod ng multicam. Tapos nakita ko ni Josh, "Ano ginagawa mo dyan? Baho mo na." Sabi niya
You
ganun.
smell so
Sabi niya, "Mamaya, alis si mama, maligo ka ha. Pag alis ni mama." Gano'n niya ako. Tapos, di ba nasa bahay pa si mama, ayaw pumasok. Nadala niya ako pagkain doon. Nalikod ako sa take-up.
This only showcased that Josh already had a good heart from the start.
yeah, it does.
And if you think they already went through the worst, It only gets even worse. Josh got diagnosed with stage 3 dengue. And it was so crazy because they only found out about it when Josh started puking blood. So he immediately got hospitalized, which meant draining their finances even more. The good thing about it was that they had a relative.
Man, it's so crazy. Like we keep like just on that last episode, Estelle went through a similar situation and hospital bills be draining. Man, it's crazy that the world has to pay to to take care of us. Like it's just crazy to me, man. Like if you don't if something happens to you that's out of your control, next thing you know, it just drains you of your money just so you can live. Like I don't know, man. I feel like the world could operate in a much better way for people,
In the US who lent them some
especially
financial
for healthcare.
assistance. He gradually got better and got out of the hospital. They were fine for a while until their family's loans started piling up and there was nowhere else to borrow money from. They hit rock bottom to the point that they were forcefully evicted from their rented home, and I don't mean just receiving an eviction letter, but actually having a squad of authorities haul their belongings off the property. Josh saw
Dang.
this moment as his wake-up call. He was so
Okay.
fed up with the situation, so he decided to take matters into his own hands by
Taking
leaving
action.
his family to become independent. He started working as an internet cafe attendant while crashing into his friend's house and didn't even mind sleeping on the floor.
Okay. Time to make some moves, boy. Let's get it.
If his sister's coping mechanism was rebellion, his was different. It was gaming.
What is this? What is he playing? Interesting.
He fell in love with highly competitive games such as Dota, Dance Dance Revolution, Call of Duty, and more. Do you remember the old stereotype when this look is considered as an okay player while this one is the epitome of someone who could give you a run for your money? Well, Josh was exactly that. He could build Lothar's Edge in 5 minutes and he used to visit nearby towns' internet cafes with his buddies to play competitive Dota via LAN and won most of them. There was an arcade called Flashback in Cavite where the name Byte was commonly seen in the top score leaderboards. And guess what? That name belongs to this kid.
Ah,
His name
bites.
earned the
Okay.
reputation of a DDR master. He even
Dang.
competed professionally and became a champion. He got so good at video games that when he started playing Call of Duty, most of his opponents mass reported him because they thought he was cheating. In reality, he was just too good. This led to
And it's crazy too. Like when I was growing up, I was the same way. I was into gaming and I was so good. I was competing in tournaments and I was winning them all. And I was even doing tournaments for different games. And then they would pair you up with random teammates and I would still win them all. People would just call me a cheater all the time. And it's like, whenever it's basically the same thing as having haters, right? Like that's what it's like in the video game world. You have these haters, and they can't do what you do, so you must be cheating. There's no way you could do that, but it's true. Sometimes you're just good.
his account getting wrongfully banned. So this was definitely a huge setback for him. But Josh wasn't gonna go down without a fight because after a couple of years, he would join one of the biggest Call of Duty tournaments and end up winning the entire thing.
We're down to
Hey,
just 40 players left alive, and
you got the
yeah,
golden
it's
gun.
an attempted backstab, but yeah, Josh is on the case. We want to congratulate you on your victory. I mean, you've won the
Damn
showdown, an incredible run. But how do you feel? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm actually really overwhelmed right now. Honestly, I didn't get to play Warzone for almost like 2 years already. After the
He did it live while thousands of viewers were watching. He
Yeah.
didn't only prove that he wasn't a cheater, but he also showed that he was a force to be reckoned with as a gamer.
Yeah.
By doing this, he earned the respect of gamers all over the world. Am I enjoying too much talking about Josh's gaming redemption arc that I forgot to talk about his job?
And it's fine because from what I've gathered, I don't know how true this is, but I watched a clip a few months ago saying something about how the gaming industry is the leading entertainment industry in the world. It's like they were saying something like the revenue that the gaming industry brings in is something like music, uh, movies, TV, all of that combined is still gaming is still more brings in more revenue than all of it combined, which is crazy too, because if you're good at gaming, that means that you have a natural talent. You're able to think quickly, make quick decisions. You have good coordination, good hand-eye coordination. Your reaction time's really quick. These are all natural talents and skills that you can use outside into other things in the world, such as driving, right? If you're able to think you're going to be a safe driver as well, paying attention to everything that's around you, being very aware of your surroundings. So Josh probably has a very high awareness. um it's a very important skill to have.
Sorry,
I
guys.
like this.
So
This
while
is
working
good.
as an internet
I can
cafe
relate.
attendant,
This is
he
crazy. I can relate to Josh on a lot of different things now that I think about. Hold on, let's keep going.
started reviewing for the alternative learning system. Due to his innate brilliance, he easily acquired his high school diploma around 2010, which is around the same time when K-pop exploded in the Philippines. He inevitably got exposed to K-pop and immediately liked Big Bang, so he started going to K-pop events where he eventually saw Stell performing with Seon. Josh became an instant fanboy. Just take a look at his old tweets. Stell pretty much inspired him and made him want to become a performer. Josh's new quest was officially on. He formed a dance crew with his gaming buddies and they called themselves Big Bang.
Big Bang. He's looking good. Girls going nuts.
We
Yeah.
all start somewhere, don't you agree? Back to his job, the family who owns the internet cafe he was working at apparently wanted to adopt him, but their attitude towards him noticeably changed after finding out that Josh had started performing. They suddenly increased his 9-hour shift to 18 hours, which left him no choice but to quit the job.
18
He was
hours?
given only a week's
What?
notice, so he had to find a new one as quickly as possible. His best option was to apply as a call center agent.
Yeah, man, and this happens all the time in the business industry. Is they'll take retaliation on you if you don't give them what they want, and it's so sad. Uh, yeah, people's emotions when it comes to business should not be allowed to make decisions. If you don't have emotional control, you should not be in leadership.
In his first 2 attempts, he passed everything except the final interview because he was lacking a college degree. So he tried to put college undergrad on his resume and that's when he got accepted. He
Okay.
finally found a stable job that allowed him to pursue his dreams. He continued performing, which led to him crossing paths with amazing performers such as C13 of SNJ, getting mentored by Stell with Seon, competing against Ken's Amigos, and then becoming a mentor himself to Justin with Zero to Hero.
Okay.
It's so amazing how he quickly evolved as a powerhouse performer even before the whole training thing with Show BT. In fact, he would become one of the biggest reasons why SB19 came to be because he was the one who recruited Ken and Justin. During their rise in popularity, Josh started hearing about his long-lost father.
Opo, never po. Recently po parang may nagpakilala po sa akin na kapatid po ng father ko. Kaso daw po, wala na daw sa katinoang isip. So, nagpupo na lang po.
Yeah.
So fast forward to today, Josh is now a part of the greatest P-pop boy group ever assembled, backed with almost unbreakable records and even more achievements in the years to come. And speaking of achievements, you can become an executive producer by signing up for our channel's highest tier. Not only you will help the channel, but you will also help SB19 to be promoted worldwide through my videos. So after hearing Josh's story, would haters still think that he's the weakest link?
Haters always gonna hate.
Opinion, it will be the opposite. He pretty much blew the haters away. Everything that he went through taught him exceptional skills that gave him an
Man.
unfair advantage in his chosen field. And he doesn't even brag about it. Just take a look at this one. Want more of this? Here you go. Contemporary? Check. Hip hop? Check. Girly? Check. You can put a check as well on the musical instruments like the keyboard and the guitar. Even choreography. And talking about checks, how about fat checks? Because the dude is an investor and practices stock trading. It is even rumored that he's one of the richest SB19 members and makes the biggest business decisions for them. He
Okay.
gained the respect of his co-members because he's a survivor. He
Yeah.
used his experience to keep the people around him involved, not just within his group, but also everyone in the music industry. He could easily become a life coach if he wanted to. Josh is simply the perfect example of talent and hard work. Which brings us to the lesson of his story. In his tale, we learn that no matter how broken your life becomes, everything will be fine as long as you don't break yourself. By not giving up, he slowly acquired different tools that would eventually allow him to fulfill his destiny.
Yeah, and I love how Chuck put that in there as he could be a life coach through experience.
He believed
He
that
has a
the
lot of
best way
wisdom,
to
I'm
predict
sure.
the future was to create it. So he
Yeah.
kept learning and started surrounding himself with the best people available. He proved to us that failure only wins if we give it permission. And dreams do
Yeah.
come true. It's just a matter of decision.
Yeah, that was good, Chuck. I like the words that Chuck is using here. Very good dialogue on this. This was good, and a lot of my viewers, they're telling me that I have to watch this before I continue on into Josh's new album, and um, and now I understand. What did we react to just the other day? We react to 1999 and See Me. Now I understand better, and I think I'm ready to move on to Josh's new solo album and dig into to his stuff. It's crazy though, um, going through this one specifically. Josh's definitely relates to me the most in my life. I definitely relate to him the most. The things he's been through. I'm an older brother. I have one younger sister. I have an absent dad. He's been gone since I was 3, and um, and I was a gamer just like him. I was very good. People used to call me cheating all the time, and uh, I dropped out of high school. Got I got uh, um, when my mom moved us away out of state to a new state. I went from, like they said, he was like an honor student. I was the same thing. I was like top of my class, and I moved away, and like his sister got mixed up with a bad group of people and started getting some bad habits. I was very rebellious, and then I started working. I went through some real tough times, and at 15 years old I started working, and I haven't stopped. I'm 40 now, and I've been working for 25 years now. It's crazy the things that you go through, what they do to you as a person. They they what it does is it builds your character, and I'm sure the guys of SB19, they probably have so much respect for Josh, so much love for him, and Josh probably brings so much to the group with his experiences through life. Um, it's just this one definitely uh hits me in the heartstrings. It brings me back through my personal life experiences, through watching and listening to Chuck's documentary here of Josh. So anyway, I want to thank everyone that joined the live stream 2 days ago. It was a lot of fun, and um, I really, really enjoyed everyone's company. So thank you. We're definitely going to be streaming next Saturday, so I hope to see you there. And if you like this video, guys, go and drop a like, comment down below. I love reading y'all's comments. I read every single one. Subscribers, we're at 13.6K today, I believe. Moving on up. So thank you for all your support and love. I appreciate you. Patreon members, you guys are the best. If you want to support me directly, Patreon is the best way to do it. It's also the best way to get me to react to something. And I have a ton of exclusive content over there. Right now, we're watching SB19 vlogs and their show breaks. So we're having a lot of fun over there watching those together. But I'm on to the next one, guys. Keep fighting. I love each and every one of you.